my thing. So hopefully.
I think you went mute.
You guys know Lackluster. You know what? You know what it is, Lackluster. There's a button here in the most unopportune place possible. So every time I go to use to turn the microphone, it will turn it off.
Ah, got it.
So either way, so you guys know Lackluster, phenomenal. You've actually like, because I don't pay attention to numbers that much, but I remember me and you were close, and then you just took off. You're at like 55,000. Was that credited to your girlfriend? Was that your girlfriend?
Well, it took off before her, but she definitely added to it. Yeah, she's my fiance. We're planning to get married this summer, actually.
Yeah. How was the response to that when she took over?
How did people take to it?
Yeah. How did it seem like they went?
A lot of people like it. Actually, I've got a couple members for the channel that say they got memberships just to see her more frequently, and I haven't had her back on because the whole thing was a fluke. I never intended to even have her on. We were trying to keep our relationships anonymous online because she runs her own YouTube channel, and then I got skin cancer on my face, and I had it all burned off, and I looked like a monster for a couple weeks. So she took over. I would script for her, and we have a little what do you call it, the teleprompter thing. And she would just read the script, do the thing, and it worked out. But people loved it.
And so, you got a script and a teleprompter. Oh, you're doing it real big over there, Lackluster. You're doing it real big.
They're not. They're cheap. They're cheap.
Explain to me how does that happen? I understand there is skin cancer on your, but how do you go about finding out? And what was there, like a mole, and you went to the doctor, and all of a sudden, you're fine this day, and all of a sudden I got skin cancer on my face?
So
how did that go about? How did that come about?
So I joined the military in 2003 because I had no idea what I was doing with my life, and I ended up in Iraq, and we, long story short, I had my face burned, and as a result of getting burned it was a chemical burn. And after that, I developed a skin condition called seborrheic dermatitis. So I have to use this medicine every day to keep this like flare up from happening. It's pretty gnarly, actually. It looks like almost like psoriasis in a way, but all up in my T-zone area.
Yeah.
And so I have to go to the doctor a couple times a year to get that stuff, the recurring medications for that. Yeah. And I showed up, and she's like, "Hey, you got skin cancer like all over here and all up in there." And so we just burned it off.
Hey, you got some skin cancer there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So wait, so now that the chemical, was it an IED or was it an accident? How did that come about? Was it?
It was so I don't know if you're familiar with the city of Fallujah.
Yeah.
So
I haven't been there, but I've heard of it.
Right. So they had a bunch of booby-trapped doors and things, things like that. And so what happened is we had this door that popped open, and it was kind of a booby-trapped door, and there was a chlorine gas little bomb explosion thing. What we assume is chlorine gas. I have no idea what it was, but yeah, just a little booby trap. Somewhat kind of like an ID.
There you guys go. Look at that. Listen to that. He fighting for our country, fighting for our rights. He's in Fallujah. He's on the ground. He opens the door. The door is booby-trapped with the chlorine gas that sprays him in the face. Now, if this guy doesn't have a right to talk about constitutional rights, nobody does. I pale in comparison. This guy was actually on the ground. So, did you have a mask on? Did it go in your eyes? Like, what would you?
No mask.
Nothing.
No. So my nasal cavity was burned. I have a terrible sense of smell. Like, I live in Colorado, so we got a lot of critters. And somebody ran over a skunk in our alley, and I can barely smell it. My whole family is dying over here because this thing's in our trash can right now. But I have a terrible sense of smell, and then the face is all fucked up. So
no, your face is fine.
Did
that mess up your sense of taste?
No, taste is fine. I think anyway.
Okay. So Wow, that's unbelievable. And I was wondering how your girlfriend, she took to water. Like, how is she that good just starting up? I thought she just, because I heard the story and then I thought she just filled in. I'm like, she's a natural at this?
Yeah, well, I think it all comes from like her doing her own channel. And
yeah, that obviously, yeah. I just thought you picked her. I thought she was a nurse, and then you just said, "Hey, you got to read off the teleprompter and
yeah,
tell stories and be entertaining."
yeah, and I mean, she hears it from me all day, and she's not as into the topics that we are, as much as we are. But
yeah, I went. I went to that Indiana police station.
Wait, which one?
Y'all better use this time to get your cracked windshields, license plates, and insurance tags fixed.
Oh, really?
When it's over, it's game on. Please car emoji, please car emoji, please car emoji, etc., etc., etc. Please car emoji.
I haven't seen that video. I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's not much to see. It's next to Dollar General. They might have 2 officers on the whole. It's just one strip of street, and I literally looked for him for an hour. I could not find him.
Fire that public relations guy. What the hell's wrong?
I honestly, I think it's only one person, so there's really nobody to bounce it off of. So whatever he thinks is a good idea or she thinks is a good idea is the idea.
Like, just runs with it. Yeah.
I mean, it was just like there was a barbershop. It was like a storefront. There was a barbershop, and then all of a sudden there was the police station. So I took a picture in front of it with like my foot on it and my arms folded like this, and I went around town looking for the police officer, but you just can't be found. Yeah, I don't even think there was anybody on duty, but they're not open.
Nuts.
They're not open. Yeah. So how did you start? When did you start first as a channel in which you're talking about constitutional rights, like the same kind of content he has on his channel, I have on mine. So that's what did you start as?
So I actually started doing gaming. I owned a credit repair business and I hated it. I was making real good money, but I just fucking hated it. It's the worst fucking job. And so I quit one day and said, you know what, I'm gonna be a YouTube gamer, like every other kid, whatever. And so I started up this YouTube channel. This is before the PewDiePie adpocalypse back in like 2016, 2017. And I was making all right money with live streams and things like that. The views weren't great, but the live streams were killing. And then the PewDiePie apocalypse happened, the adpocalypse.
What is that? What's the PewDiePie apocalypse?
When the Wall Street Journal painted him as a Nazi because he made some Nazi jokes, and then they cut it all up and made a 3-minute videos showing him like dressed in a Nazi uniform watching Hitler's, and it's a fucking joke.
And what did it do? It destroyed the gaming channel.
Yeah, it destroyed the ad revenue for YouTube for almost a year. In a single day, YouTube lost over $750 million worth of ad revenue. You had Coca-Cola, Pepsi, G&E, Procter & Gamble, all those companies pulled out their ads from YouTube completely off the internet because of the Wall Street Journal. Yeah.
Because he was like the poster child. He was one of the guys up there as like the other kid that plays with toys, him.
Yeah.
Some guy named Ninja.
Yeah,
what is the gaming channel? What do you do on a gaming channel? I've seen one or two of his videos. He seems like he plays video games and he makes noises while, and he's I don't mean to demean it. I just he's kind of like narrating the video games as he does it.
Who
is that? What a gaming
channel is?
What a gaming channel in general? What is a gaming? What do they?
So
different kinds.
I played a game that was like this is gonna be really boring for a lot of people. I'm sorry guys, but basically what I would do is that there's different strategies. So I would try different strategies, see what works, and then explain why I think this strategy works. It's like theory crafting for a video game, and that went really well for a while. But when the adpocalypse hit, I got contacted by a company in China, Tencent. Yeah, it's like Google in China, and they've paid me for like 2.5 years to stream. So I disappeared off YouTube for a while, and didn't
with the games.
Yeah, just all sorts of different games, just on these really crappy Chinese apps.
And what are you bringing to it? Is it your narration?
Just personality. I'm obviously like I've got a very I would say kind of boring, maybe bland personality when I do my videos, but when it comes to gaming, I think I get real wild. I get real into it, lots of screaming and raging. But
Yeah.
so I think it's more of like the entertainment value, the personality.
Yeah. And
So
then what made you switch over to kind of like the activist?
that's what the fun part is. So for years I was watching the three big channels that really influenced me were Clash with Bao and Johnny 5-0 and James Freeman. Those were my three big guys, and I've been watching them for years.
Yeah.
And my next door neighbor, he went through a mental health crisis, and he was part of my gaming group actually. And on Discord, he sends up messages like basically a bunch of suicide letters to all of our friends.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, I was feeling kind of I don't know. I guess I had a little bit different mindset, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I don't know what to do. He's got a gun. I don't want to go over there because he's kind of unstable." And I called the cops on him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this guy's got a gun. He's saying he's going to kill himself, and they show up. And they come to my door, and I'm like, hey, here's the scoop. He smokes in the backyard. You guys can use my backyard. There's no dogs. The gate's open. Come inside my house. Da 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 da. And so I'm talking to these four cops, like, and just kind of trying to help my neighbor,
Yeah.
And so they get up in full riot gear, Kevlar helmet, vest, riot shield, everything, and they go to the door to kick it in. And I'm standing on my porch filming it. Kind of, just thinking about James Freeman, J50, all these guys. Like, this is what they would do. I'm gonna film this, and one of the cops looks at me and he says, "Hey, get inside."
Was that you?
That was me. Yeah.
That video?
Yeah. And I said, "No, I'm good." And he said, "Get inside." And I said, "Fuck you,"
Yeah.
So that was kind of my trial by fire, and that video had a lot of comments like, "Never call the fucking cops." And that was the day I learned you never fucking call the cops, even if your friend's gonna kill himself. You don't fucking call the cops.
I saw that. I had no idea that was you.
Yeah. So that was my trial by fire and my push into this whole scene,
Yeah. You guys remember that video where he's like he's in his like front yard, but he's a little bit over, and the cops are like surrounding the house, and they're telling him to get back, and he's kind of like, "I live here. I called the cops," And I read something about case law concerning that. I forget why I had that in there. That's crazy.
Well, that one video ended up being a series, so there's 4 videos total. Because I ended up FOIA requesting the body cam footage and found that when they put on their helmets and their vests, they have built-in body cams onto their shirts. So when they put their vest on to go into a hostile situation where they're intending on receiving or giving fire, they're covering up their body cam. So all you get is muffled audio.
Yeah.
So I ran a story about that, and the internal affairs report, and actually, homie got disciplined and later was forced to retire.
Really? The guy that actually yelled at you?
Yeah, the fat fuck. David Nelson, badge 230, off the job.
Now, did you get arrested in that?
Nope. No.
I got to go back and watch that now. And I had
supervisor
no
came
idea
and
that was you.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say that to me. They have no idea the one where I'm yelling across the car at the lady about the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my car.
It's me. Yeah. So that's I got to go back now and watch it again through a different lens. Because at the end of the day, you'd be like, dude, I'm way more qualified than any. Have you already been to Fallujah at this point?
Yeah. Oh, that was 10, 15 years ago.
I'm way more qualified than any of you to be doing this. So
if you see the video, I tell him like he's like, hey, there might, he might come out with a gun. And I was like, dude, I was in fucking Iraq. I did 2 consecutive tours. I'm fine under fire. I'll run inside.
Yeah.
And he's very dismissive of it. He's like, yeah, I get it. And in today's society, I understand. And
ask him if he's ever opened a door and chlorine gas has been sprayed in his face.
Right? Yeah.
Ask him if he's ever been through a booby-trapped IED that looks like a rock and you kick it and it explodes.
Or if been in a mass casualty incident with 60 dead Iraqis after one car bomb.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. So what ended up happening to the gentleman that was in your gaming network that was making these threats that was kind of like because I think like people that say that, honestly, it's a call for help, right?
Yeah.
It's a call for help.
Of course.
If you're going to do it, you're going to do it, right?
Yeah.
You want somebody to stop you.
That wasn't the first time he had made these threats. And proclamations to me specifically, hey, I'm going to kill myself. And so that at that point, he reached out to me first, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he reached out to a bunch of other people, and it looked like real suicide notes and like individually written to each person. So I took it a little bit more seriously, but it was mostly drug and alcohol induced. And now he's doing much better. As far as I know, I haven't talked to him about a month, but last I checked, he's a couple months sober up in a sober living house somewhere.
Well, that's
in Colorado.
Great. That's how long ago was that video?
That was September 25th. Yeah.
September 25th. And is that
7 months ago?
Was that the start of your channel?
That was the start. That was my rebirth after leaving from gaming and doing all the China, the China streaming apps, but coming back and getting into this type of work. That was the rebirth. Yeah.
You're one of my favorites. Like, if I knew how to edit on a computer and I took it, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, Lackluster has like the best editing, and he really interweaves the stuff very intelligently. And he has like this dry sense of humor, which is what I try and do. Like, some people, I guess, think it's not it's just it's not. And I tried to explain this to people like Jon Stewart, Bill Maher, and forget their political ideology. Like, this has been done before. Serious situations with humor attached to it. Like, that's how I diffuse situations. That's just I'm natural at it, right? And
you're absolutely hilarious. You're one of the best hosts out there for this.
Yeah. And you do a lot the same. Like, Lackluster's is right up my alley. So if you like my channel, you definitely like Lackluster's, because I mean, he does fantastic videos. I had no idea that was you. Have you ever thought about going out? Do you go? I never seen you go. Do you ever thought about going out and actually? I don't want to say the A word, but
no, I haven't gone out. Not a single time. Actually, so when that incident happened at my house, or at my neighbor's house, I guess. I reached out to Johnny 50 and so hopefully, if he ever makes it out to Colorado Springs, I'll go out with him, because I kind of want somebody that is a pro to kind of take me under their wing and guide me a little bit if I go out again. I don't think my fiance, I don't think she really wants me going out and doing it either, because as professional as I typically seem on the channel, I'm a lit fuse, like I have a hard time controlling my mouth.
Yes, that is a good suggestion, to take somebody that know. It reminds me of the story, Chuck Bronson. You know, Chuck Bronson's from Indiana.
Yeah.
Him and the guy went out. This was this guy's first time ever auditing. So they just figured, like, if they're gonna start, let's start in the big city. Let's go to Chicago.
Yeah.
They drive up to Chicago, and Chicago's, all their police stations are kind of the same. It's this long sweeping like desk, right? It's all the same, and it's wide open. It's not like that currency exchange where you just like see a woman behind the glass. It's all wide open.
Yeah.
So, but down to the left from where the door is, if you keep on going down, there's a point in which it's the desk sergeant's area. Now, in some stations, they'll have a little stop sign there, or a piece of paper on the wall that says, "Don't go past this point." Well, this guy's first audit, he goes into the station. For some reason, Chuck doesn't go in the station with him, and it's all windows. So Chuck's videotaping, and he's just watching the guy walk down, and he's videotaping. And the minute you come in, and especially 2 years ago or whenever it was, as soon as you come in with a camera to the Chicago police station, the dance starts. That's all you have to do is come in with it's automatic controversy. So you see the guy walking, and he's probably talking to him, and he's walking, and he hit that point, and the stop sign must have been out there. And unless you're looking for an actual thing that says I can't go past it, there's nothing to say that you couldn't go past that. It's like it's almost like a trick, you know? There's no gate or anything. It's the same, but. And Chuck's taking it from the outside, so he's videotaping as he walks through this, and he goes over. he goes over the point of no return, and he gets arrested. I should have laughed.
Oh shit!
He gets arrested, and he never audits again. That's it.
Oh no shit!
He never went out again. That was it. That was it. His first and last time. He's like, we're going to Chicago. We're gonna start anew. We're gonna set the world on fire. And fuck, I'm not doing that ever again.
Yeah, that's gonna be
everything.
A rough first experience for that.
So you get. It would be smart to have somebody with you. that knows what they're doing.
Man.
So
yeah, I'm definitely looking to like J50 or James or even you
like,
if you come out here, man.
I feel
or if
like
I go out there.
I feel like yeah. You can come out to Chicago anytime you want. I feel like for some reason I feel like Johnny was in Colorado a lot. Did he used to live there?
No, he did like a road trip tour.
Yeah.
Fairly recently. He was out for a while too, but I know he's back in California now. But yeah, I think he came through Colorado right before my first video went up.
Yeah. So September 25th, like I started, I think August 5th.
Yeah,
on mine. So you're a month and a half, like you boomed, and I don't think like,
and
obviously,
and let's be fair too. Let's be absolutely fair. I had 25,000. Well, okay, when I stopped the gaming on my channel back in 2017, probably like June of 2017 is when I left YouTube. I had 33,000 subs from gaming.
Okay.
And then when I came back, it had dropped down to about 25,000. So I kind of I kick started with the 25,000 sub, but my videos were only doing like I did a couple of other gaming videos or like some other bullshit commentary videos on stupid events.
Yeah.
And they would get like 200 views or something, even with 25,000 subs.
That's depressing sometimes when like you think a video is gonna do well and it no.
And especially with the editing I put in, I mean, most of my videos take like 6 to 8 hours from start, like concept, scripting, filming, production, posting, thumbnails, all that kind of stuff.
8 hours from the time you get it, but how long when you actually hear about the story, then you research the story? Like, what would you say? Because I remember the one time you texted me, you said, I've been working on this video since Thursday, and it was bad ass. You guys got to watch it. It says it was about what was the name of it? Quarantine something?
I'm not sure which one you're referring to, actually.
You said you had worked on it since Thursday. It was right after the Indiana one, and it shows all the quarantine interactions during quarantine, and then it has a clock in the upper left-hand corner that's counting down. And it's counting down to it's like at 30, 29, and you're showing all the different
to be honest, that might have been a filler video while I was working on the
No. You really, because you were hyping this up because I was talking to you around that time about the what's it called video.
I know we're not paying attention to chat just yet, but we do have a portion where we're going to talk to them, right?
Yeah. My vet Kimmy, what's going on? My vet Kimmy, DPN and Lackluster. We'll talk to the chat, of course. Yeah, my vet Kimmy, I love you. So do you ever go live?
I haven't since I started this.
You should there's a whole community of like these people that are on here. Like I feel like I know them personally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like TPH victims always. He's like one of my first.
And Vet Kimmy, she's always on my channel. I've known her since my first video.
She's a stalwart. She's a beast. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is now. The internet destroys. Quarantine cop compilation.
Yeah, that was just a filler video. That took me like that was probably like a 3-hour video.
Okay. So the Supreme Court to abolish qualified immunity, or the
one that one took me about 3 days to do. The Supreme Court to abolish qualified immunity. We're supposed to find out about that tomorrow. I doubt it's going to happen. I'll doubt they'll even reconsider it. But it was just kind of a coincidence, and the Cato Institute was putting out their feelers saying that they had all these different cases regarding qualified immunity over the past couple of years, and they pushed them all back to this date. So what does that mean?
Yeah. So wait, now I haven't even been paying attention to that. So that's in front of the Supreme Court.
Yeah, just this last Friday. So we'll find out what they think about it tomorrow.
Well, I was watching something where like the Supreme Court took like 5 cases. It would seem like Rocket. What's my man Rocket super sticker? Thank you, Rocket. What it is? It seems like they took on a whole. I would think like, and maybe not because it's the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court seems to like just adhere to like the principles. Like they are the Michael Jordan and LeBron James of law.
They should be, and most of the time they are.
Yeah, it would seem like when our nation's in this kind of state, would you want to make that big of a change? Not saying I would, but I'm saying I wonder if that would factor in. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in such a weird place.
Yeah, especially with, I mean, because qualified immunity isn't just for police officers. You know, it's for any state official. And like it says in the video, it was originally intended only to cover for judges and our legislators. Like if they fuck up, okay, fine, cool, you get a pass. But then it got rolled out, you know, over the years since the 60s. Now anybody who wears a state badge for anything, even the county clerk, gets qualified immunity for bullshit, you know.
Exactly. Because to me, it's like when we started, right? Police departments we were neighbors, right? We all come together, we put our money together, and they say government is made just to take care of essential things. After that, we're on our own: school, water, the police department, right?
Yeah.
So we're giving our money and say, we're here, we're going to build you a place, then we're going to take you, we're going to send you away to get trained by other people that already know this, and then you're going to come back and protect our rights.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out too well because people want to make $80,000-$90,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that unless you generate revenue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think it went wrong, is that you know, there's a such thing as a police union. How can there be a union in the public sector? And I'm not saying about everything, but at least the police, dude, it's almost impossible to fire them. In Chicago, they are like little. I just did a video. I got into it with a police officer, and it turns out he's now the new Fraternal Order of Police president. And he was put up to be fired twice. All kinds of criminal case. He's just whatever. But now he's the new Fraternal Order of Police. It's run amok, right? It's like, ask yourself this: if you're at a stoplight, right, and a police officer pulls up behind you, do you feel more safe or less safe?
Absolutely less safe every time.
Right? Your anxiety goes up. You're like, even if you're not, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right? No one feels like, oh yes, they're here. No one's gonna, No,
yeah, exactly.
I hope he makes a turn. Get away from me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it's supposed to be.
No.
Right? How about in Chicago? We pay taxes for them to put up red light cameras so they can, and Chicago's gotten so bad with the ticketing. Like it's a legitimate concern that people are going into bankruptcy over tickets because they double and they triple and then they, that red light or not red light, but just revenue collection as a whole. I think like you said, it was the big downfall of public policing. And I don't know if you know the Mises, I don't know, the Mises Institute. But they have a whole thing about why private policing would be exponentially better than public policing. I know a lot of people wouldn't be able to afford it, but obviously the most where you need police the most is the most impoverished communities. Yeah, right. If you guys had any questions in the chat for my man Lackluster here, he fought in Fallujah. If you're just getting in, he fought in Fallujah. He opened up a door, it was booby-trapped, and he was sprayed in the face with some kind of chemical. And no, that story needs to be heard. You're a hero. Yeah. And recently he had to go to the dermatologist, and they told him he had skin cancer on his face.
Fun stuff.
But is that in remission? Are you okay now? Are you past the?
It seems like it all got burnt off. I mean, like the spot where it was, like it's still like a little pink. The one big spot. But I went back and they said you're good. So we'll see. I don't know.
What branch? What division were you in?
It was 1st Infantry, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Regiment for the Army. Mechanized, baby.
Yeah, recognize. See, I think he tried to pull a stolen valor there on you. Like, who is this? Lackluster. I never heard that. I don't think Lackluster is his real name. So I don't think if you look him up on the Army website, he's going to come up under Lackluster.
Yeah.
DB Cooper and chlorine chemical. We do not think apart from him. What can I do if the police write a false? What can I do if the police write a false report? You could.
You'd have to prove it somehow.
Yeah, you'd FOIA request everything. First thing I would do. Well, if it's in court, so you could subpoena, do this discovery, file a motion for discovery, which gives you all the evidence they have, even evidence that's exculpatory, which is evidence that's favorable to you, which they naturally would not want to give to you, but they have to give it all to you.
Yeah.
And just get all the but that's another thing. Like, I feel like if any police officer, like little things we could do, if they sign something and it's proved to be false, it's under the penalty of perjury. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Those are legal documents.
Put them in qualified immunity. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. Like if somebody else hasn't been charged with it or convicted of it previously, then they can't charge you with it. Well, then how do we charge anybody with it? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
The fuck?
So I mean, I guess the answer to the question, how do I prove? Like, you'd have to rewind and say any interaction you have with a police officer, you record, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You have to start from there. Like, you can't start in the middle of the story.
You know what's crazy too is like Colorado Springs, so that's where I'm at, and my first interaction with them that I put up on my channel that kickstarted this whole thing for me really got me digging. And not all police officers in Colorado Springs have body cameras still, even today, and after multiple ACLU lawsuits, and they only have 8 dash cams in the entire city.
Yeah,
8.
In Denver.
In Colorado Springs.
Oh, Colorado Springs. But even so, that's big. That's a big count, right?
750,000 people here. You know, like probably a couple hundred cop cars. I'm not sure exactly, but
yeah. The way I always look at that, and there's no way that anybody, if I say this, can come up with a logical excuse. Like, in every 7-Eleven, there's 8 security cameras. What's up, Abel 60? Always entertaining and educational. Thank you, Abel 60.
And not only that, but like we always get the cops that say, like, you'll let them know, hey, you're being audio and video recorded, and the cops will always tell you, yeah, I'm recording too.
Yeah.
But they were also filling Epstein's jail cell.
Yeah.
What happened? You know, fuck your camera.
In my video, the big one where I'm arguing with the lady across the hood about the Fourth Amendment. Oh, as soon as I came out with the camera, oh, we're all recording. Really funny, because when I FOIA requested, yours never came back.
Yeah.
So if I would have turned off my camera, I would have been done then. The only reason why I got body camera footage is because the officers that came to the call secondhand, they turned on their body camera because they don't want to get whatever they've already started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're doing it to protect themselves. Had that not been the case, there would have been no body camera footage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why are you getting so excited? So if your body camera's recording, why are you so excited that I'm recording?
And not only that, I don't remember what county it was, but there's a recent story about something about officers raping people and shit, and they just mysteriously lost like 2 or 3 years worth of body cam footage.
Yeah.
Just gone.
Yeah. In Chicago, they want to get rid of all there's like it's made it to, they're trying to get rid of all police records to be known publicly, so you can't know anything about their personnel files or anything.
Yeah, and that's actually that's one thing I've been slacking on. I've been trying to get some personnel files.
Yeah. Well, if you ever have a story in Chicago, I can hook you up.
Sweet.
I know all the places to find all the files. But what I was saying is this: the moment somebody can come back with a legitimate argument to this, in every 7-Eleven there are 7 to 8 cameras guarding chips and beef jerky. Yet in courts there are no cameras.
Yeah,
and I had a guy on my channel who I'm friends with. I become friends with because I interviewed him, called James Gibson. Gibson versus the People versus Gibson is case law for torture. He is Terry and Terry versus Ohio. It's case law for torture. There was a person named John Burge who was a commander who tortured over 200 men underneath his command, or he did it himself. He was military police in Vietnam. He used to electrocute people with this little electric box with these alligator clips. Anyways, he spent 29 years in prison. Now,
for war crimes or
no. John Burge was the police officer.
Oh,
he spent like a year in prison for perjury. The guy, James Gibson, spent 29 years in prison for a double homicide, and he was tortured. And he kept on telling him. And if he wasn't connected to the John Burge case, it would have been a wrap. It was lucky that he was connected to the John Burge case, because that came out in '94. They actually went all the way to Palermo, Italy. They found the judge who was retired, and I guess if you're a high-ranking judge or a high-ranking doctor, you keep your files. And he had the file, and it was there because in the bond court, you go to the chief judge. When the chief judge told him to put his hands behind his back, he fell to the ground because he had a broken rib. And the judge cleared the courtroom and said, the district attorney, state's attorney, his public defender, and a photographer in my chambers now. And they took a picture of all his injuries. He was burned with an iron on his arm. His ribs were broken, but that file went mysteriously missing in between the year it took for his case to go to trial.
Yeah, of course it did.
And then when you're telling everybody, wait, no, hold on, there's a file. No, wait, you didn't do it? You're in court and you're saying you didn't do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a criminal courts building in Chicago. So that chief judge, he might not even be chief judge anymore, but he's had 3,000 murders since then.
Yeah.
You know, not 3,000, that's an exaggeration, but if people want to think they're from small towns, can't they just go over to the next courtroom and ask the guy, didn't you take pictures? It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So they went and they found it and they opened it up and he got freed after 29 years. Not only that, I was in the courtroom. He put out for certification of innocence. What that says is the state of Illinois certifies you innocent for the crimes in which you were incarcerated for. So that's on the record, which is a huge deal. Yeah. Right? Because sometimes people get an Alford plea, which is, you know, I'm not saying I'm guilty, but I can't win at trial.
Right.
Which gives you get no repercussion. You still get
a plea, but you're not saying you're guilty.
Yeah. It's just a way for them to say, we messed up, we're gonna let you out, but you're not getting any money. You can't come in.
Right. So at least he's got a big civil suit.
Oh yeah. Once you're on, once it's on the record that the state's admitting that you were in there 20. Well, I could have made let's say I could have made $100 a day, and who said I wouldn't put all that in my bank?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just right there, and without any kind of mental torture or any, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but when I was in the courtroom, it was going back and forth, and the state had conceded. So the state sat to the side because when the judge came back with the paperwork, they threw out his confession. So without his confession, it's a whole different case.
Yeah.
The main witness had died. He was in there for 30 years. He was in there 29 years.
Yeah.
And it was always his contention. He didn't do it. And the people forced, the police officers forced those people to testify against him. So if they didn't want to testify in 1990,
no way they're going to testify now.
Yeah, you get a call in Salt Lake City, Utah, 30 years. You're going to have to come back. And I didn't want to do it then. Definitely not coming back now. So how do you reconcile not having cameras in a courtroom when you are literally, people's lives are on the line?
Yeah, running 24/7 too. And not only that, like something that I'd never even thought about, just for body cams even, why are they allowed to mute them or turn them off ever in their whole shift?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, aside from using a restroom.
Yes. I think, you know what? I think it's because we got to take baby steps. I think we'll get there one day. Yes.
I hope so.
Because you Lackluster, there was a time when there was no such thing as a police officer going to jail.
Yeah. I mean, Rodney King,
Yeah. You could get fired. Like, fired is the worst you're going to get, but like, you're not going to jail. Like Jason Van Dyke, who shot Laquan McDonald, I think 16 times in the middle of the road, he's in jail. He's in prison. I'm sorry. But there was no such thing. You just got fired. That was the worst that was going to happen to you. Yep. So I think over time, like, it's changed, right? What can be done about homophobic? I can't tell you on that one. That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
That one.
What?
I didn't see that one.
It says, what can be done about homophobic cops that target homosexuals? I mean, I can't. I wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah. DPN tries to record that are all mostly lies and doesn't get a what should be available. Okay. Monitor deleting those racist comments. Thank you. Is there racist? If there's any racist comments, please, Becky, Stephanie London. Stephanie London is a beast. Stephanie London's the best. I rate Productions, Cop Watch San Diego. Anybody who supported that Seattle pig is a traitor. Oh, so what did you think about that the guy in Seattle that he did the viral video in his police car denouncing tyranny?
Oh, which one? The first or the second guy? The guy with the backwards hat?
The guy with the backwards hat that owns a jiu-jitsu studio. He's at about 500,000 in donations.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence. I put up the second guy just recently on my channel.
Yeah, no, I've seen that one.
And I mean, I like what they're saying, but I've seen a lot of skepticism in my chat, and I think it's affecting my thought process too.
Yes,
You know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
seeing people saying like, "Oh, these are just plants to try to throw us off." You know,
yeah.
our community, and I'm kind of like, huh? Well, maybe I can't disprove it.
It's so weird that you say that, Lackluster, because I find myself not want to watch your videos sometimes because I don't want your. It's gonna sink into me in my. I want my thoughts to be as pure as possible, if that makes
Yeah,
any sense.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I know yours are gonna sink into my subconscious, whether you want to or not. That's just the way it is.
yeah.
You
I do.
know.
I totally get it.
And that's kind of where the whole joke stealing thing comes from. Like a lot of guys don't steal jokes; they just
Yeah,
listen to other comics, and you need to come up with something, and it kind of just comes into their subconscious. Now, some guys do steal jokes.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
Carlos Mencia stole a lot of jokes, but that was something that was in there.
yeah. Well,
Go ahead. But he's at 500,000. He's got like 500,000. He has his own jiu-jitsu studio.
yeah, and you know that's one of the main reasons why I'm a little skeptical about it too. Is like not only hearing all the people in my chat saying, you know, he's just a plant or he's doing it for this, he's doing it for that. They're saying the right things to the right people. They know their audience. And the second guy that I put up, a lot of people are skeptical because they say they think that guy sees, oh, homie just made $500,000 off a fucking video. You got fired, sure, fine. It's what 3-4 years worth of pay.
Yeah.
I could do the same fucking thing.
Well, you know, I think he put his video out. I want to say he put his video out like the next day. The guy hadn't got fired yet. I don't even think.
I haven't followed up, to be honest. I haven't had time to follow up on that guy. I don't even know who he is, to be honest. I couldn't find his name or department.
Stephen Gregory, Port of Seattle Police Department.
He was the second guy. That was the first guy.
That was the first guy. Yeah, I don't know about the second guy.
I can't figure out who the second guy even was. Otherwise, I would have posted his info. But I don't know.
I put it up. I was like, I want to say I was the second. I don't want to say the second. Obviously, I wasn't the second, but I was within the first hour when it came up, and I did 100,000 views in 24 hours on that video.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, like it's like the last time I looked, it was like 144. It's probably much higher now, but
well, yeah, but it's gonna die because it's, you know what I'm saying. It's not a story.
Yeah, it's old news now. Yeah,
but there's certain, you know how there's certain I don't want to give away any secrets.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give any secrets away. I'm not gonna give secrets away, guys. Then you stop watching. You know what I'm trying to do. DPN, are you going to go back to see George Costanza with his rap sheet? Now that I don't know where I'd go see him. I'd have to go to the so yeah, I got my last video I put out today. I got into it with this guy who he's the Fraternal Order of Police. He's not a police officer anymore. In fact, he wasn't even a police officer then. His powers got stripped because he was under investigation. But now that they're asking me if I'm gonna go back and see him, now that guy's rap sheet, I invited him on the show. And you know what? I think he'd come on the show, but I don't know if now that he's got the position, he'll come on the show. At the time, I think he would have came on the show before he got voted.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't, after the video I taped it, he would not leave me alone. Oh, put it up. Come on, put it up. Put it up.
Really?
But yeah, he got Trump tweeted out to him. So he's all excited. He got he got a thing of the tweet and he put it in a frame.
Oh, now he's big time. He's
big time. Yeah, he can't deal with me. He got Trump's tweeting to him. He's put in a frame, the tweet, and he put it on his desk.
Not till we hit 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, the mainstream media did They're like, oh, he's been in some controversy in his career. No, the superintendent, 2 different superintendents recommended he be fired.
Yeah.
In Chicago, we have a police board which is picked by the mayor.
Wait, what did Trump tweet to him though? What?
Trump tweeted a congratulations, John, is George Costanza or something. His name's John something. George Costanza is what I kept on calling him because I can't pronounce his name. So it's congratulations, George Costanza, because Chicago has 13.4 thousand police officers. That's a big vote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Trump was just here for not too long ago. He was just here for like the police unions or police chiefs of America banquet. And it was at the same time where our police chief was getting a BJ in a patrol car and he got caught. So it was, I think that's why he's paying attention to Chicago. But yeah, I think it's more or less the vote. They control the vote.
Yeah. Not only that, but he just didn't he just commute what's his name, Blagojevich's sentence?
Yeah, Blagojevich. He was on the what's it called? The what was the TV show he had? Trump had.
The Apprentice.
Yeah, he was on The Apprentice.
I've never seen that show, but
Celebrity Edition. It's actually not that bad of a show. It wasn't
Huh.
that bad of a show. You know what I'm saying?
Never watched it.
He was on the Celebrity Edition, so they had known each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was all over when Obama became president. They were selling the Senate seat, and he got 17 years.
Yeah. And they got commuted. How he did what, like 7 or 8 years or something?
Yeah, he did a while. He was in there. He probably did like 7 or 8, and then they commuted it.
Club fed though.
Club fed, right? Yeah. He was the teacher in the school or whatever.
Stephanie London, dude, big ups on that. I think every police department should have a citizen board instead of internal affairs. I don't know why internal affairs even exists. They should have a professional standards division. By all means, have a professional standards, but internal affairs, garbage.
Yeah. Yes. So I'll tell you the story. Before I had my channel, or before my channel went big, I went into IA, and it was fine. No problems, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the 5th floor at the CPD headquarters, and the superintendent's office is on the other side of the same floor. The second time I went there, after I had my channel, they patted me down for weapons. They asked me if I had any recording devices on me. I'm like, I went past a secure point. I would be breaking the wiretapping law if I was recording you right now. Ooh. Like, I can't do that. Like, I'm not doing that. And then after that, he asked me to take my phone out of my pocket, so he could see it. And then at that point, because there has to be 2 people in the room, one to witness it, and then I had my regular investigator, and he was the guy to witness it.
So you should have just walked out and called him. Well, I don't know about Illinois law. I'm a one-party consent state, so when I called IA, I just recorded the phone call. It's legal. Not there.
No, Chicago's 2-party consent state.
That sucks.
Or Illinois is 2-party consent state, but it's a 1-party consent nation. So if I were to go over the border to Indiana and call, then I'd be good. But then I'm looking at him. This is going to be one of the guys in the room taking my affidavit, and he's supposed to be unbiased.
Yeah, and I'm like and he knows who you are.
I looked at the other guy. I'm like, he's got to go, bro. I don't feel comfortable. And you could tell the other guy he's like, yep, yeah, oh yeah, okay. You could tell the other guy was as uncomfortable. Like, this guy was making everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then he was standing at the door, and I was in the little interrogation room. Anybody's seen the first 48? It's like a little room like that. Like, there's nothing in there. And he was standing at the door, and then he'd like look down the hallway, but he would only look for a couple seconds, and he'd look back at me, like as if I was gonna make a bomb. Like, what the hell? What do you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm here on my own volition, my own free will. I'm not gonna like put 2 wires together and what do you and then so he couldn't keep his eyes off me. He knew where I was at the minute I walked in there. When he left, I said, "Can you bring me back your business card?" Never saw him again. Never saw. He couldn't find his way back to the room then. When I was asked for his business card, never saw him again.
Did you get his name or anything?
No, I did it, but I forgot it. I mean, I kind of made a rule that like I can't fight all these battles on all these fronts. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It gets to be too much.
At the end, who am I going to go to? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I going to go to?
On me, like I don't go out. I've like we talked about earlier. I've never done an audit myself, but even on my end, FOIA requesting, researching, Supreme Court precedents, everything that I do on my end, it still gets overwhelming. So I can't even imagine trying to follow up on lawsuits and stuff like that. And and sometimes I think people don't understand that too, because I see a lot of comments in my comment section like, well, you never fucking sued, or that guy never sued, and it's like, here's their PayPal, go donate, pay for the legal expenses.
What about
help
this?
them out.
Have you ever saw that?
Stay out of Target, Walmart.
They have
essential stores.
They have facial recognition software.
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they have it at the checkout counters too. Even.
Wait, do they?
Yeah, at least the Walmart near me, it's all like you check out yourself, and they have like 2 open registers manned by humans, and then the rest is all just check yourself out piece.
Uh-huh.
And there's a camera, and it even shows it, and there's the little yellow box that clicks around your face as you move around. Yeah.
Is it taking a picture, or is it trying to recognize who? Is it going to a database?
I'm sure it's going to some database. Whether it's going to a state database, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see Walmart's contracts with the FBI, CIA, and NSA. But
yeah. And you know what? And I'll let a little. I'm not going to let all my secrets out, but Anybody that sees me out and you see me with the face mask on, stop telling me to not be a sheeple and take the face mask off. The face mask works in my favor.
Yeah.
Even if there was no thing, I'd have if I could wear a face mask while I'm doing it, it helps me.
Big time.
You know, I'm DPN 24 hours. When the camera goes off and I'm done entertaining you, I still got to, play Frogger and dodge the world.
Yeah.
Why
would the stores need face recognition? My only idea, Snapface, is a store like Walmart, big box store. They probably deal with millions of dollars, multi-millions of dollars worth of theft every year. Maybe every day. I don't know how much money they make every day. I think it's like 33 million a day. I don't know. Just retarded numbers. So if they can recognize at the register every time you step up, oh, this guy's been busted 3 times already for stealing, and then notify their security department, it'd probably save themselves a lot of money.
Yeah, even if they did 20% of that, it would be a huge number.
Either that or maybe facial ad or facial.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Advertising. Yeah, they see your face and some speaker turns on in the store and says, "Hey, we noticed you bought Coca-Cola last time. Try another." Because
sometimes when you get the Walmart card or the Walgreens card, you got to put your phone number in or your email. Yeah. So if they know what products you buy and they know who you are, then they can email you and follow you through Google and show you that there's sales at Target or Target.com or
tickle that little part in the brain to come buy some more. Yeah.
Yeah. It always happens. Like whatever you're into, and I don't know how I got this, but there's like this MILF hotline that always comes up. Not always comes up, but it comes up on my YouTube things. So I searched MILFs. I think I must have. I mean, I couldn't. I wouldn't say that was I can't 100% to say that was out of bounds. Like that might have happened. That probably did happen. Mm-hmm. Now I got MILF hotlines in case I want to hook up with one.
Yeah. Well, the scariest thing that's happened to me, I'm sure it's happened to plenty of people in chat too, where you have a private conversation with a group of friends, and maybe you're like for us, we play board games with our friends every Sunday. Usually on Sunday nights, I'm playing board games, and we've been playing Secret Hitler, and it's pretty fun. Try it out if you haven't. It's deception based. It's nice, but nobody ever typed it into our phones or anything. And all of a sudden we're getting ads and YouTube videos showing like best tricks to play during Secret Hitler and advertisements for like the new Secret Hitler expansion pack and all this shit. And it's like, nobody ever typed any of that shit in. So this shit's listening.
Yeah.
All day.
Dude, if there's a picture of Mark Zuckerberg and he's at his desk in wherever it is, Silicon Valley or Seattle, wherever their Facebook thing is, and they show, you can see his computer in the background, and in the background, he's got a piece of black electrical tape across his camera.
Oh, yeah.
And over his microphone port. Yeah. So if he's doing it, right? If he's doing it,
and he's the biggest money maker of it, not only that,
I feel like how much that sounds like a cool game. It sounds like it might be like Clue or whatever, but I feel like they shot themselves in the foot calling it Secret Hitler. Like it's like you can only go so far with that, right?
Yeah, and that's happened multiple times with multiple products too. To me specifically, so
why would you call it that though? Like I don't know. It just seems like the game is the game. Why would you call the game that? It seems like you're giving yourself a low ceiling.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like you don't even want to be associated with. I never played that game. Get out of here. I don't know.
Yeah, especially with the war against the Antifa and fascists and neoliberals and neocons.
Yeah. I'm actually going on a tour. You were talking about Johnny 5-0 tour. I'm going on
I'm Essential 2 tour.
I am Essential 2 taking over tyranny. I'm going to Camden, New Jersey. I'm going to Baltimore. I'm going to Philadelphia.
Yeah. When's that start?
That starts the 22nd of May.
Nice.
It's gonna be awesome. I figured, dude, I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm single, right? Not to say that I don't have girls, but I'm not in a steady relationship. Yeah. So with this thing going on, it's a lot of free time of just me by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, sucks. Like, I got to get out. Like, I'm like, dude, there's never gonna be a better time to go.
So you're not gonna be in Colorado?
No, I'm thinking about doing a second leg out to the West Coast.
Yeah.
because I know people in Los Angeles, like my best friends in Los Angeles, San Joaquin, I go see in Los Angeles. I know people in San Francisco. YouTube's Legal Unicorns out in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that guy?
No, YouTube's illegal unicorn.
Yeah, I nicknamed him that. He's got these things where they're two videos from the 80s. I'm sorry, for the 90s, late 90s, and he arrests the district attorney in court, and he didn't know any law, but because look up Disorderly Pride News, YouTube's Legal Unicorn, Michael A, and he's just like this. He didn't know any law, but because his kids were getting taken away from him, he learned law. He went upstairs to the law library and just learned it.
Oh shit!
He's so good that the district attorney takes out his wallet and hands it to the secretary, and he says, "Give this to my wife," because he really believes this man
going to jail.
Yeah, and this is in the middle of court. Like, he's a state attorney. This guy's defending himself. Like, he really believes. You'd have to watch the video to see what the stuff he says. Like, he corrects the judge on everything. He's like, well, federal cases aren't actually filed until they actually go before the judge. Before that, they're just they're referred to as He's like an encyclopedia. It's like Rain Man.
Yeah. What's his channel?
He has his channel's Michael A. Just Michael A. But he's got like 2 or 3 videos.
Might have to have you send me those links.
You gotta, I'll send you the links when we get off to see. You got to see the 2 in which when he said, it's old school. He looks like Frank Zappa.
Yeah. he really does. Like a mixture between like Frank Zappa and Weird Al Yankovic had a baby.
They always say Frank Zappa and Keanu Reeves from. The one girl that I used to talk to was this. I always said Keanu Reeves from John Wick.
Thanks, Stephanie.
What did Stephanie say?
She posted the link.
Yeah. You guys got to go to Lackluster. If you like my stuff, you like Lackluster stuff.
No, to Michael A's channel.
Oh, well,
so we can all check out the video you're talking about.
She did post yours too, so I'm gonna go up there and get that one. Grab that.
Well, thanks for that too.
Steph, can you post it again one time, sweetheart? So I can. Cops need at least 10 years in law school. And that's the one thing that people always say. They're like, estheticians got to go to school for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
But that's not true, though, because cops go to school, too, for 2 years. They're counting the estheticians 2 years in school. Cops go to school for 2 years for criminal justice. They're only counting the time they're in the academy.
Yeah.
So that's not really a fair comparison. You're cheating.
And not to mention, too, like, right after the military, I became a paramedic, and I was a dual function firefighter for LA City. So LAFD and that was a 6-month training course, and it was like construction, fire attack, all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah.
And but then you have a year after that, your rookie year, and it's school too, but it's like on the job training. It's more of like an apprenticeship or an internship, and cops do the same thing, and they make mistakes, but I don't know.
Wait,
I do think they need more than what they currently get, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They don't pay attention to anything. They don't know. I know for a fact that it's just not put into them. I know that they don't know Terry versus Ohio. I know the majority of them know. Yeah. I watched this video the other day. I was going to put it up. The guy said something about Terry versus Ohio, and the one cop said, and the cop, he was the administrator. He was like the sergeant. He goes, "We're not in Ohio." That's what he said. He said, "We're not in Ohio." I swear to God, he said, "We're not in Ohio."
Oh, that's the best.
And then the other guy there goes, "I know what you're talking about. I know, Terry. I know what you're talking about."
Yeah. Well, also something else we have to consider too is that 6 months of training, it's not them learning laws. It's learning how to shoot, learning takedowns, tasing, driving, all of that bullshit.
Yes. Like, I think obviously criminal justice, you're learning law, right? And then you're learning like how to do an arm bar, or,
and I don't know how many departments actually have a requirement that you have I guess what would be an associate's degree in criminal justice.
Yeah.
I don't know how frequently it's required. I know for big cities like LAPD, NYPD, Chicago, you guys have a bigger pool of people to hire from. So you got like, when they do a hiring phase, they'll hire 200 people for one academy. Yeah. And you're competing with 50,000 people to get get into that 200 person spot.
Yeah.
But so it looks better if you do have that degree, but I don't know how many actually require it.
Yeah, when I was in high school, it was only until like 1990. Well, I don't want to date myself, but let's say I was in high school in the early 2000s, right? But 10 years before I was in high school, 15 years before
when I was in high school,
I wasn't even born. It was 1996. I wasn't even born yet.
Really? You're that young?
No, I'm lying. I started off with the story when I was in high school. I'm like, no, forget about that.
Got it. I'm with you.
So no, but in 1996, they changed over around that time to you only had to be a high school graduate, and not even that, a GED, and you could be a Chicago police officer.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, dude. I got this video from one of my subscribers, and what they did to him is just absolutely ridiculous. When I put it out, it's wrong. It's wrong in every sense of the word.
I'll keep an eye out for it. They
destroyed his car. Oof. They lied to him. It's just scummy stuff. I got to try and send it. I was sending it to my guy, Andre shouldn't drink it, because the thing that they do when they're talking to each other, they start whispering because they know they're on camera.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, I got to see if I can extract the voices and see if I can raise them to see what they're saying.
I can do that for you if you need it. I won't post it, but yeah, if you need audio fixed, I can handle.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe I'll send it to you. Yeah, I mean, it's
but ASD, it seems like he's real good at editing too. I'm sure he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I love ASD's videos too.
Yeah, he told me. Oh, yeah, he told me that something. He told me that you reached out to him because he's had a hard time with YouTube, right? Like,
yeah, with getting monetized.
Yeah, and it's like I almost feel bad because it came so. I don't want to say it came easy to me because it didn't come easy to me. But I remember being mad like in the beginning because I was around these channels that were a lot bigger than me, and I only had 100 subscribers, and then I took off, and I feel like I waited a long time, but it was like a month, 2 months. But I felt like, oh man, there's people. He's had channels like over the past 5 years that have gotten millions of views, and he's never made a penny.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah,
and he's good too. He's good at what he does. Yeah.
He's really he told me you reached out to him and told him the secret way of how to do it. upload whatever. But yeah. And like, you kind of remind me of him. Of like he's more like you're
style.
Like
you're the breakdown.
Yeah. He's more like unbiased without any humor. You got like that dry sense of humor where you know what I'm saying, like you're breaking it down and you're telling the facts, and then you put a one line. You're funny. He's more like the audit, where it's just you know what I'm saying. We've always been talking about doing a video together.
Pure. Yeah, I was supposed to do a video with ASD for a while, but then I don't know. We just miss each other. Yeah.
He oh, I want to tell you a story so bad, but I don't even want to bring up the guy's name because he's a loot. I'd have to tell you off camera.
All right.
You guys got any more questions? Got any more questions for
Solo Yacker and OVT? I did a video about Solo Yacker.
What was that? Where is it? What was the question?
It is from Dave Beeman. Y'all need to get together with Solo Yacker and OVT.
I don't even know. I know Solo Yacker. I don't know who OVT is.
Yeah, it's familiar, but I can't remember what it stands for.
He's probably from Florida. So that's your favorite. So your favorite guys are Johnny 5-0. I like Johnny 5-0. James Freeman and Clash with Bow is
Bow.
Bow is the best.
My favorite shit he ever did. Can I have your name? And he goes B civil. O as in action.
Yeah.
A as in lawsuit.
Yes.
Or civil.
Yeah.
You guys know what you know what he said.
Yeah.
Orlando Voice Transparency, OVT. I don't know him actually. There's so many fucking channels. It's crazy. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah. And that was the thing. Like when this thing hit, it's like, oh, our videos are gonna skyrocket because everyone's gonna, they're gonna sit home and watch. But no, everybody's home making videos.
Yeah.
Like, so those guys that only made videos on the weekends, now they're making videos all the time.
Oh, I know OVT. Yeah, I know who he is now. I'm not subscribed to his channel until just now, but he had a huge fucking story that was all over the news. Someone did a documentary about it too, like a really good documentary. because he wears I think he wears plated vests while and open carries all over.
I know exactly who he is. He's like a smaller type, skinny Latino guy.
Yeah.
I know exactly who he is.
I like that guy. Yeah, that's right. OVT's been hanging out with Solo Yacker lately.
They're more along the line of Second Amendment auditors.
Yeah,
and the cops pulled up, and then they messed up because they got the body camera footage, and they were talking about putting something on him. They got bogus.
I absolutely love Second Amendment audits too.
Yeah, there's something kind of law that he's Solo Yacker. Like, as long as you're going fishing, you can have a gun with you.
Yeah, traveling to or from.
Yeah, so you don't even need a permit or anything.
Nope. No. What about Illinois? You guys open carry?
I don't even know.
See, like where I'm at, I can I walk anywhere with my pistol. Yeah. I open carry all over the place. Walmart, King Supers, whatever. Nobody says shit.
No,
but Denver, you just go up to Denver, they'll put you on your face.
I don't think we're open carry. I've never seen anybody open carry. Are we open carry? Does anybody out there know?
I doubt Chicago is.
No, but there was one thing when no, I think we are, because there was some kind of handgun rule, and this group, and this happened in the 90s, they said we want everyone to bring their handguns to the Taste of Chicago. And it was going to be a big deal because everybody for the Second Amendment. So there's something there, but I can't remember what it is. It's got to be a handgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicago has the most guns and least rights for the Second Amendment. But yeah, there was a big thing about carrying guns. They were going to try and prove a point. And this was before the internet or anything. So it became a big deal. Oh, barely have concealed. Okay. So I'm not that into guns, just because I don't know. It's just never been. I had when I was raised, I had like a musician. I don't tell too much of my story, but I didn't have a person that had tools and fixed cars. I had a much more beautiful person, like on the left side of the brain. If that's the right side of the brain, I had the left side of the brain type person.
Yeah.
So, which is fine with me. Anything else, you guys? But you guys, anybody that does not subscribe to Lackluster, you guys got to. He's like Audit the Audit with like a little more like funny and wit. You know, it's really, really good. But yeah, anytime you want to come to Chicago, Lackluster, please, by all means, hit me up. If I decide to go on a second leg of the tour, and I go out to the West Coast, I'll definitely stop by there because I'll have to go through there anyways.
Yeah, you got a place to stay, that's for sure.
My man. So, guys, go to Lackluster. For no other reason, this man fought in the streets of Fallujah for our freedoms. And he got a booby-trapped chemical explosion to the face. That's not funny at all. Listen, there's real people that are out there doing that. That's why I don't know. I really, really respect the military, and whatever. It's just there's people that died for our rights, and they never drank a beer legally on American soil. Like, you only get one life. They didn't make it past 17.
Yeah,
like that. It really is. You start to see things in that perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, my man Lackluster. Guys, go to his channel. Go to Lackluster's channel. I appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
And, every Sunday night, I try and go live now because there's nothing going on. I used to do what I call guerrilla auditing, which is just following the scanner and going to any call.
Yeah.
But the calls are so down, and the guy I go with can't go right now, whatever. So I do lives on Sunday nights. So,
all right, cool.
If you ever got something to say or tell us about, you're more than welcome to come on.
Sounds good. It'd be cool to do a multicast too. Get ASD and a couple other people in here.
Yeah, dude. Real quick, we had like this, and you would have been perfect for it. Like, Joe Cool set up. I'm telling you, it was like the Hall of Fame.
I think I saw it. It was 4 of you, right?
Well, no. I mean, if through the whole thing, it was a 5 hours long. It started with like Big Nick.
Oh no shit.
South Florida Accountability, Accountability for All, Joe Cool, Chuck Bronson, me, Wrights Crispy, So like if you took a snake and it just kept on changing, if you took a screenshot throughout those all 4 hours, like you had to be legitimate to get in there. And this is what I tell Joe. I'm like, dude, it's regardless of whether we like the person, you like the person, I like the person, that doesn't determine whether they get an invite.
Yeah.
If they have the stats, if the public decides.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how he did it. And it's badass because anytime you look, it was on Jeff Is Here Now Audits channel. He's got Jeff Is Here Now Audits and North Carolina Tyrant Hunter, but it was on his channel. And if you take a snapshot, it's literally like a hall of fame, like of just guys that are beasts that you would never see in the same room together.
Well, let's make it happen again.
We will. I'll make it happen, Captain.
All
Everybody,
right.
That's Lackluster from Denver, Colorado. Thank you, Lackluster.
Thank you.
Over
See you guys later.
See you later. Bye, guys.